Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my next project pan update. I have done my project pan on a rolling basis since I started it over a year ago now, but what I've decided to do this time is kind of hone it down slightly and effectively turn it into a 9 in 2019 that I would like to pan or get finished. Because what I was doing with previous ones is when I was finishing something I was taking it out and replacing it with something else. But I think based on the products that I've got here and the amount that I've finished, I don't think I'm going to replace the products that I've taken out, which does leave me with 9 to carry on for the remainder of 2019. So running through in no particular order, I will show you the products. The first thing is this Victoria's Secret fragrance mist, and this is one that has been in since the beginning, and as you can see I haven't made a great deal of progress on it. Progress actually halted on this one around Christmas time, as I did actually get a new fragrance for Christmas which I have been using over this one. With this just being a fragrance mist, it's not as long lasting, and I was kind of missing the longevity of wearing an actual perfume, so the fragrance that I've been using is a perfume, and just for reference point here, it is the Hugo Boss The Scent. I say this was something that I got for Christmas and have been using this every single day since, and only really reaching for this occasionally. So as per the markings on the side here, you can see there's not much of a difference between the last two lines, the bottom line being where it's presently at. I am going to keep it in the project because I don't want to completely neglect it, and it being in the project will force me to still continue using it, but when I'm putting my perfume on for a full work day, I'm going to reach for this one. But if I don't need to wear perfume for as long, I probably will put this one on, or could use this to freshen up. To be honest, I kind of want to try and find my atomizer again, because I might fill my atomizer up with this so that I can use this on the go when I do want to sort of spritz myself to freshen up. Next item is this simple Masala Water, and as you can see, again, not much progress has been made since the last update, because I have found myself reaching for my other Masala Waters over this, and also trying a lot of new cleansing products that I've been getting as samples and in subscription boxes and things like that, so this has been slightly neglected. But again, I want to keep it in the project because I do want to finish it. It's not the best Masala Water that I've tried. I do find that it does slightly dry my skin out, and if I do use it around my eye area it does sting ever so slightly, but for the rest of my face it is fine. It does take the makeup off really well. It's just not my favourite, but I do definitely want to get this one finished up. Just for point of reference, in case you haven't seen previous videos in this series, I do my project pan update every 3 months. So everything you're seeing here, the last update was 3 months ago, and just so you can see how much things have been used. The next item is another Masala Water, and this is the Pure Baking Soda one. So this was just a mini I purchased to try this one out, and I definitely love this one more than the simple one, and as you can see that is the progress that I've made in 3 months. So I've definitely been reaching for this one a lot more than the simple one, and I think I should easily finish this by the next update, and I do have a backup of this one ready to go, to be honest. I do also have this in the charcoal version, but I think I do prefer the baking soda version. It just leaves my skin feeling that bit fresher after I use it, and I don't feel like this dries my skin out as much as the simple one does. Onto a product that I have finished, and this is the Barry M Flawless Light Reflecting Concealer. And it does look like there's still things in it, but I don't know if you can see from the side there, I have literally been scraping to try and get everything out, and I just can't get anything out of it anymore. I do really love this mascara. I do really love this concealer even. It is great for covering blemishes, and it doesn't cake on them like I find a lot of concealers, especially ones with doe foot applicators, can. And this does come with a brush tip applicator, and see there's barely any product left on there at all, so I think it is officially empty. Really gutted that I've not been able to repurchase this. I am in the shade 2, which doesn't have a name to it, but when I last went on Superdrug, the concealers come with names on them now. I think last time I checked they only had 3 shades on there, and one was called Caramel, and that appeared to be the lightest of the 3. I can't remember the other 2 names, but I just remember Caramel. So I don't think they stock this anymore, when I've asked in store, they don't seem to have it in store anymore. They just say, oh, it's out of stock. So I don't know if they are discontinuing this line. They do still appear to have the foundation that accompanies this, but just not this concealer anymore. I'm going to have to find an alternative for this. I have been using the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Mascara. Why do I keep saying mascara? Liquid Camouflage Concealer, and I am quite enjoying using that as well because that is quite a high coverage concealer. I do feel like blemishes wise it does cake on them ever so slightly, but that's probably because it is high coverage, but it is sort of the second best I've found in comparison to this, so I probably will continue to use that going forward on blemishes. The next product we have is the e.l.f. HD Under Eye Setting Powder. I still can't believe that I have not finished this yet. It's going to be really hard to show you where I'm up to because it is a pot of powder, so I don't want to tip it up to the camera. I will put photos in of where it was up to last time, and also I'll take a photo now, but I don't know if you can kind of see. There's still quite a bit of product there at the bottom, which is just crazy because I use this basically every single day, at least 5 days a week. I have repurchased a backup of this, God knows when I'll break into it, but I really enjoy this setting powder and I think it pairs perfectly with the under eye concealer that I use, which is the YSL Touche Eclat. It just blends it in so nicely and makes it look that little bit more flawless and assists in covering my under eye dark circles. I hope so anyway. So this one's staying in. I don't think I'll have finished it by the next update if I'm honest. Next we have this Moroccan oil hair treatment, and this is just a 25ml bottle, so it is just the, not sample size, but it is just the small size bottle, and I'm making slow but steady progress on this one. So we started off up here and we're now just over halfway through the bottle. This isn't something that I use all the time. I probably only use it one every 2 or 3 hair washes. I am reaching for it a bit more recently since finishing a sample of a living proof hair treatment in the Feel Unique pick and mix samples, and I got so many uses out of that sample that I was using that instead of this. So now that that has finally run out, I'm back to using this again, and I think once this runs out I need to make the decision whether I want to purchase a full size of the living proof or a full size of this, because for me they are both quite pricey, but I just want to see which one I prefer. At the moment, to be honest, I'm leaning more towards the living proof because this makes my hair soft but a bit more flyaway, whereas the living proof made it soft but also a bit more tamed. So I'm going to see what I feel like once I get to the bottom of this, but say I'm just over halfway at the moment. We then have this Beauty Pie eyebrow mousse, and I haven't reached for this at all since the last update. It is a very strange consistency and it does take a bit of getting used to, but I did feel like I got the hang of it. My only issue was it does give you quite dramatic brows, and unless I'm going for a night out I don't tend to like that. I tend to just like a more natural, just filled in brows without any sparse areas. I didn't feel like I could achieve a daytime look with this. That might just be user error, I'm not too sure, but I just can't see myself reaching for it, to be honest, and I think I'm probably going to declutter it because I have had it for quite some time. It has gone a bit dried out more so than it was. It's not as moussey as when I first started using it, so I'm definitely taking it out of the project, but I think I am going to put it in the bin, to be honest, because I just can't see myself reaching for it. But if you do like dramatic lashes and you don't necessarily like powder in your brows, it is a nice alternative to that. Then we have a couple of nail polishes, both by Barry M. The first one is this Silk in the shade Pearl, and I think I've only used this once since. I've not drawn an extra line on this, I completely forgot. I think these 2 lines are from the last 2 updates, but if you can see with the light chance through, I've used a little bit more than where the last line is up to, but I think I've only worn this once. This is more of a sort of spring and summer shade for me, so I've not really worn it over the winter other than that one time, and I think that was on my toes anyway. Then we have this Molten Metal one, and this is in the shade Pink Ice, and again I don't think I've worn this very much at all. there are the last 2 lines on there. But I think I've only used this once or twice, so that won't have moved much either, to be honest. I do normally reach for this one more over the winter months, but I've not long ago purchased a few nail varnishes, so I have been using them and not reaching for this because I've been wanting to try my new ones. And to be honest, I haven't been keeping on top of painting my nails recently. I just haven't found the time to be able to do so. So I will definitely reach back into these 2 again over the next few months, and especially once the weather gets warmer I will paint my toenails more, because I say unless I'm wearing open toe shoes I don't tend to paint them at all over the winter. These are 2 shades that I do tend to reach for to put on my toes anyway, so they should hopefully get more usage before the next update. Then we have this Tarte Sea Brightener Eye Treatment. This is another item that I finished. I thought I kept hold of the empty pot to show it, but I don't know what I've done with it. I have in the last week or so filmed an empties video, and I think it might have been part of that, and I've just automatically thrown it out and not kept it for this video, even though I knew I was filming it a week later. So this is the next jar that I'm on to, but it's the same thing. It's just, this is the one that I've finished. So this is coming out of the project as well because I have finished it. The final 2 products are lipsticks, and the first one is this one by Tarte. This is one of their Rainforest of the Sea in Surfs Up. I will put pictures up of previous updates on these. I don't think I've reached for this an awful lot since the last update, so it probably doesn't look any different, to be honest. I might stick this in next month's everyday makeup drawer just to get that bit more use out of it, because there isn't that much left, to be honest. I do just have to reach for it more often because I have had it a while now. And then the next one is this Smashbox Be Legendary lipstick, and this is in the shade Primrose. And again, this one I haven't reached for an awful lot, even though this has been in my everyday makeup drawer. It's what I'm wearing now, but I've not reached for it on many occasions because it's not the longest lasting, and when I'm doing my makeup of a morning I'm putting a lipstick on that I know lasts all day. I do kind of regret taking this out of my handbag because I feel like I'd reach for it more in there, more so than in the everyday makeup drawer, so I might stick it back in my handbag next month. But this is where this one's up to. Again, I will stick photos in. I just have to be so careful with this one because it is leaning pretty badly now because it is melted against the side of the tube, but they all seem to have done that on me, to be honest, and they've not really been exposed to any heat. So we'll just have to see how that goes, because if it leans much more it might break and then it might need to go in the bin. But these 2 are staying in the project for now, and fingers crossed I've made more progress by next time. So going forward, the 9 products we have are the fragrance mist, the 2 Masala Waters, the 2 nail varnishes, the 2 lipsticks, the Moroccan oil, and the e.l.f. setting powder. So it just worked well that I actually finished 3 products and it did leave me with 9, so that I could do it 9 in 2019. So that is it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks.